We'll go to agenda item number 21. I believe Councilman Withelder and Councilman Littman need to make a statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will have to recuse myself on the following three items. Let's see, it's 21, 22, and 23 due to conflict of interest. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Littman.
Thank you, Mayor. NRS 281A.420 requires me to disclose a conflict of interest. The matters now before the council affects my capacity to comment, discuss, or vote upon any issues regarding issues number 20, or items number 21, 22, and 23. Therefore, I'm also recusing myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Ramson.
Although in the business of selling real estate as a licensed broker, salesperson, I do not have any compensation with respect to short-term rentals. I have never received compensation for any short-term rentals, nor have I sold any property that would have anything to do with short-term rentals to my knowledge. So I therefore am not recusing myself.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. Ms. Hunt, would you like to explain the process on majority, just so people are clear in the public?
State law declares that it has to be a majority of the voting council, so that in order for this to pass, there would have to be 3 voting for it. And the mayor is not allowed to vote unless there's a tie, which there won't be in this case.
Thank you. All right, agenda item 21 is consideration of an introduction of bill number 455 as ordinance number 455, amending Title IX of the Mesquite Municipal Code entitled Unified Development Code by revising Section 9-2-2 definitions, amending Section 9-7-6 using tables by adding transient lodging establishments and vacation home rentals, amending Sections 9-7C-2 through 9-7J-2 and 9-7M-2 and 9-7N-2 by adding vacation home rental as a permitted use, amending sections 9-7C-3 through 9-7J-3 and 9-7M-3 and 9-7N-3 by adding vacation home rental as a conditional use, amending sections 9-7R-2 and 9-7W-2 by adding transient lodging as a permitted use, amending section 9-8-3S by adding standards for vacation home rentals and other matters properly related thereto. Mr. Sawyer, are you handling this, or is this going to be Mr. Seacrest?
Mayor, could you repeat that again?
If you weren't listening the first time, too bad. It's on tape. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the City Council. This is the first of 3 draft bills being proposed to change future policy with respect to short-term rentals in residential zones. This particular bill deals with the zoning ordinance or the Unified Development Code. The next 2 will deal with business license issues. There's a threefold purpose behind this amendment to the Unified Development Code. First, to comply with the Nevada Revised Statutes, Section 268.0195, regarding the duty of cities to establish a definition of transient lodging. Second, to specify where transient lodgings and vacation home rental units may be allowed. And third, to establish some general standards for these uses that apply in all zones in which they're permitted. Staff would recommend introducing Bill 455 as ordinance number 455 and set the public hearing date for October 23rd, 2012, 5 p.m.
Thank you. Now it's your turn, Councilman Hafen.
I was following along, Mayor. Question for legal. I understand you said that it's the majority of the voting council. There's 3 of us voting. Is it the seated council, which is all 5 of us, or those voting? So a 2-1 would constitute a majority.
No, it's all 5. So it would have to be all 3.
So we'll seek a motion. Councilman Gus Davison.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. And no, I won't run the 5K with you. He's been asking me to run the 5K. I move that we introduce bill number 445 as ordinance number 445 and set the public hearing date for October 23rd, 2012 at 5 p.m.
Doesn't he need to read that whole thing?
And it is a note, a point, it's Bill 455, not 445.
Yeah, 455.
Correct that.
Okay, so 455, do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Hafen. We'll call for the vote. That motion carries. Agenda item 22 is consideration of an introduction of bill number 464, an ordinance amending Title II of the Mesquite Municipal Code entitled Business License Regulations by adding a new Chapter 13, Vacation Home Rental Units and other matters properly related thereto. Mr. Seacrest.
Mayor, council members, bill number 464 will add a new Chapter 13, Vacation Home Rental Units to the Business License Regulations in Title II of the Mesquite Municipal Code. This chapter contains definitions specific to this type of use that sets forth vacation home rental license requirements and application procedures, standard conditions, and enforcement procedures and penalties and violations, penalties for violations of the regulations. Staff recommends that we introduce bill number 464 as ordinance 464 and set the public hearing date for October 23rd, 5 p.m.
Thank you. Seek a motion. Councilman Hafen.
Mayor, I move that we introduce bill number 464 as ordinance number 464 and set the public hearing date for October 23rd, 2012 at 5 p.m.
Thank you. Second? Do we have it?
Second.
Okay, we have a second to call for the vote. Motion carries. Agenda item 23 is consideration of the introduction of bill number 465, an ordinance amending Title II of the Mesquite Municipal Code entitled Business License Regulations by amending Section 2-2A-1, room tax by adding vacation home rentals and amending Section 2-1-13, specific fees and regulations enumerated by adding fees for vacation home rentals and other matters properly related thereto. Mr. Seacrest.
Mayor and council members, bill number 465 proposes to amend Section 2-2A1, room tax, by adding vacation home rentals and amending Section 2-1-13, specific fees and regulations enumerated by adding business license fee for vacation home rentals. Again, we recommend that the council introduce bill number 465 as ordinance 465 and set the public hearing date for October 23rd.
Thank you. Councilman Rapson.
Again, it's my turn. I move to introduce bill number 465 as ordinance 465 and set the public hearing date for October 23rd, 2012 at 5 p.m.
Thank you. Councilman Hafen.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Call for the vote. Motion carries. Thank you. We can call back our other councilman at this point. And we'll go ahead and move to agenda item 24, which is public comment. Those of you wishing to make public comment, please step forward, state your name, where you're from, and remember we do have a 3-minute limit. Seeing no public comment, we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you.